I have really noticed more and more how the lack of response against these narratives that are so violent. And patriarchy, a social structure, requires violence against women to subjugate them. And it's reinforced in so many different ways. And so it really got me thinking about, even more than usual, how many people are asking these questions. And I think that there's quite a few. But it's made to appear, once again, and we've seen it by different people performing in this way, to make it seem as though they have great audiences that are in support, and there's nobody there. And it's no different than online. It's the performance to say, look at all the people who agree with me, when really, that's just paid advertising. Hi, and welcome back. It's March 30th, 2026. Where has the time gone? How is it already the end of March? It's absolutely stunning out here. Listen to the birds. If that's not reassuring that everything is just fine, there's nothing to worry about, we're gonna be okay, we are okay. I don't know what else it could be other than that. Mother Nature always knows, is in control. Not what you see online, not narratives that are meant to scare you and induce fear. This is the sound of truth. This is the sound of reality. This is the sound of the here and the now, the past and the future, and our very existence. That is what you can trust. Not helpful. When I was young, the saying used to be, I'll believe it when I see it. So in other words, until I see something, I'll not believe that it's true. And in this day and age, with artificial intelligence being able to replicate and to create and to mimic so many things, It's hard to discern what is real and what is not. And yet there are so many things that we often never see, but we believe. So for example, $1 million. How many people have actually seen $1 million, like in front of them, where they could touch it, smell it, feel it, and really know that it's there for their comfort and acceptance of it? Not many. And yet it's just given that we believe $1 million exists. And we have the idea in our head of what that represents and means, and it's evolved over time. It used to be something so astronomical. Now it's not even enough to buy a house. And yet, we are seeing things being fed to us in algorithms of ignorance, as I made a video on, fed to us in a way that makes it seem as though you can believe it because now you've seen it. And we've said it enough times that in the back of your mind, you feel it must be true. Because where have I heard this before? Where have I seen this before? Someone said this. Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago. It's still being said. It must be true. That's how propaganda works. That's how psychological manipulation works. It undermines your intuitive awareness and alert system to then question it, self-doubt, gaslighting yourself. You're being gaslit, and then you gaslight yourself as to say, that can't be true. I must be wrong. And when we come into these situations now where we're being force-fed so much, it's an overwhelm. And we can't, as we've said so many times, process it. We can't even accept or understand how much is actually invading our awareness until we shut it off and we move away from it for a period of time and we disconnect. And then we reconnect with what is real, what is peaceful, what is grounded, what makes us feel connected. And while this too may be an illusion, this illusion does not cause fear. This illusion does not induce shame. This environment and illusion and projection allows that central nervous system to really connect and to send information that we are meant to receive, not that we're being forced to just take on, but willingly engage with. And our crows are here. Two of them. Looks like a Simpsons cartoon sky. So awesome. Check it out. Isn't that, we have the best guy. I made a video the other day about something I had seen online on a very popular YouTube channel and how I was repulsed by what I saw. But it wasn't so much what the interviewed person was saying. It was the comment section that was lighting up in support of the misogynistic, paradoxical commentary. And it got me wondering, how much of that is real? And how many people pause to actually question if that's real? Or do they just see the numbers and say, wow, so many people believe that, that must be true. so many people are calling out in support, really embracing this idea, these notions, this belief system that is so repugnant, that is so abusive and detrimental to the mental health of humanity. It made me pause and question, how do you know that's real? And how do you decide what you believe in? Is it based on what other people believe in and a greater number of people believing it, so it makes it more true? And in a day and age when we know that there are computer systems and this entire social media platform and other platforms that are designed with an algorithm in mind to push a narrative, to push a thought. If you own the platform, you control the narrative. That's been said for hundreds of years. That's well known. If you own something, you control it. Slavery. When you have employees and you pay them and you feel like you can do whatever you want with them. When you subjugate populations, when you marginalize them, when you disenfranchise people, abuse, segregate, all of these things. And so it got me really questioning, because I was so disturbed at the number of people, especially just the positive comments coming through on this, again, misogynistic platform. But then I started to wonder, okay, I have really noticed more and more how the lack of response against these narratives that are so violent. And patriarchy, a social structure, requires violence against women to subjugate them. And it's reinforced in so many different ways. And so it really got me thinking about, even more than usual, how many people are asking these questions. And I think that there's quite a few. But it's made to appear, once again, and we've seen it by different people performing in this way, to make it seem as though they have great audiences that are in support, and there's nobody there. And it's no different than online. It's the performance to say, look at all the people who agree with me, when really, that's just paid advertising. Thanks for watching, everyone, for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I've added on a few minutes at the end of this with my projection of what I believe to be reality, and the peace and the contentment that comes with just being out here, listening to the birds. Right on cue. So hopefully you'll stick around, you'll take it in, and that it helps to calm you and to bring you to a space and a place where you can actually start to hear your inner self. So until next time, stay safe, stay connected, and we'll see you really soon. Bye.